إن للمتقين مفازا حدائق وأعنابا وكواعب أترابا وكأسا دهاقا لا يسمعون فيها لغوا ولا كذابا جزاء من ربك عطاء حسابا إن للمتقين مفازا حدائق وأعنابا وكواعب أترابا وكأسا دهاقا لا يسمعون فيها لغوا ولا كذابا جزاء من ربك عطاء حسابا
All the pages have been turned, the flip side, on the other side. You see in the surah there are mukhatabain. There are two audiences. There's the kuffar and there's also the muttaqeen. And when Allah speaks about the muttaqeen, He's also speaking to them. He's giving them counsel also. And talking about them, He says, Inna lil muttaqina mafaza. It is only for the people of taqwa. Not even mu'mineen here. Not inna lil ladhina amanu. But inna lil muttaqeen. The people of taqwa. Why? Specifically why? In the context of these ayat. At-taqwa refers to two things. Commonly it is translated as fear, right? Fear of Allah, taqwallah. But that's not entirely correct. That's khawfullah. Like inni akhafullah we heard when Iblis says inni akhafullah rabbal alameen. But what here, taqwa, what it refers to is the precautions you take as a result of fear. The things you do because you're afraid. So when you lock your doors at night at the house, you are exercising taqwa. Taqwa is a feeling that results in some kind of action. You do something to change or to protect yourself, to help yourself. This is taqwa. So now, inna lil muttaqina, those people who engaged in taqwa, who had the fear, who were afraid as a result of what they just heard, and it translated into action, what do they have for them? Only for them, mafazan. Mafaz could be masdar and zarf. What that means is they will have success and they will have the place of success and they have an appointed time where they will enjoy the success. All three meanings in one word. Hada'iqa wa a'naba. Then Allah describes that, at least the place part of it, and He gives a badal for it. Hada'iq, gardens. And you know, hadiqa is an interesting word in Arabic. It refers to a garden that has a high fence, like a tall wall or a high fence around it. So it's a private kind of garden. Nobody else has access. It's yours only. Okay, this is hadiqa as opposed to Jannah. It's a little bit different. Okay, and then also hada'iq. One of the words that's related to is hadaqa, which literally refers to the pupil of the eye because it's surrounded by beautiful color. So it's a garden surrounded by beauty. That's one of the implications of this garden. So hada'iq, multiple gardens, wa a'naba, and grapes. So this is a food that has drink in it already, right? So two things in one, subhanallah. Wa kawa'iba atraba. Kawa'ib is the plural of ka'ib. Ka'ib is a gorgeous or really beautiful young woman, and they've been described as atraba, that there will be multiple of them for the believers, the hur, and the atrab means that they will be equal in age, or they will be the right companions, the most compatible form of companions, atraba. And then Allah says, wa ka'san dihaqa. And ka's in Arabic, nowadays it means a cup. or it means a glass. In classical Arabic, ka'as was only used when the glass is full of wine or some expensive drink. That's the only time they would use ka'as. Otherwise, they would use other words for a glass. So here we find ka'san dihaqa, meaning these glasses will be full of expensive or exotic kinds of drinks, and then dihaqa, sparkling and splashing, meaning that the color of the drinks will be exotic and it will be splashing. Allah says, لا يسمعون فيها لغوا ولا كذابا. Subhanallah. They will not hear in fiha, meaning in those gardens, they will not get to hear لغوا ولا كذابا. Lahu means useless talk. Useless talk. And kidhab is when someone lies against someone else. Why is it that these two things Allah specifically mentions? In the beginning of the surah there was عَمَّا يَتَسَاءَلُونَ عَنِ النَّبَإِ الْعَظِيمِ الَّذِي هُمْ فِيهِ مُخْتَلِفُونَ. This was lahu. They were making useless talk about the akhirah. Allah says, don't worry believers, when you get there, you won't have to hear any of this. وَلَا كِذَّابًا. And then the other thing they get, the believers who are working for the deen, you know what they hear all the time? They hear kidhab. They hear kidhab in the media. They hear takdeeb when people lie against the messengers and spread false rumors about them and insult them. They hear things about the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is all kidhab. These are painful things that the believer hears. So Allah says they won't be tortured with these kinds of words anymore. لا يسمعون فيها لغوا ولا كذابا جزاء من ربك. And all of these beautiful depictions, first Allah says جزاء من ربك. Now notice when it came to the kuffar, Allah says جزاء وفاقا. And He stopped. Wifaq means exact. Not more, not less, exact. Allah did not say wifaq for Jannah. Why? Because He will give us what we deserve and also more. Right? So He says jaza'an min rabbik. Then here He says min rabbika. Rabb, the one who gives, the one who takes care of, the one who provides, the one who nourishes, the one who creates. All of these positive terms or connotations are included inside the word Rabb. It's a merciful word. Rabb was not used with them. Allah said jaza'an wifaqan min rabbihim. No min rabbihim. There's no mention of the Rabb because there's no mention of mercy next to them. Here Allah mentions His mercy, min Rabb. But He doesn't just say it from the Lord or Rabbis samawat, that's later, min rabbika, from your Lord, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And we know when Allah speaks to His messenger, those are the most merciful places in the Quran. So another degree of mercy has been added because Allah didn't just say Rabb, He said rabbika, your Lord, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Then He added two more words. These are very beautiful words. We already know there's going to be more because He didn't say wifaq. But He adds even more on top of this. He says ata'an. Ata is when you give someone something that they don't deserve, a gift. This is ata. So Allah says first of all ata'an. They will be showered with gifts. Then He says hisaban. Hisaban is not, those of you that speak Urdu, don't think of hisab in Urdu, hisab. This is something else, hisab. So Allah says He will give so much to the point where the believer will have to say, no more ya Allah, I have enough. So jaza'an min rabbika ata'an and then hisaban. May Allah make us worthy of this day.